O'Donnell and you are watching the very first brand new episode of Wicklow County Matters for 2016. We hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year's, and I'm delighted to be joining you as your main presenter again for 2016. We've got a great show lined up for you all at home, so sit back and enjoy. First up on this week's Wicklow County Matters, we are off to the Bray Bowling Club. We're going to be speaking to some of the members about the history of this great club, learning about how you at home can get involved, and featuring their recent awards show. Then it is a pit stop off to the Harbour Bar in Bray, where we're going to be speaking to some of the people involved in the Wicklow Charity Calendar, which is a really good initiative. Then we are finishing up with singer-songwriter Emma Nicolai, who's playing us out on tonight's show. First up, it's time to pay a visit to the Bray Bowling Club to meet the lovely people that are running this community initiative. We're going to be teaching you how to get involved if you always fancied yourself as a bit of a bowler, and learning more about these great people.
It was about 15 years ago. Myself and a guy called Derek Giles used to frequent the Mayfair pub down the road there on a Saturday night. And there was a gentleman in there who used to come in regularly after his bowling matches on a Saturday called Willow McAvoy. And we used to give him an awful hard time about playing this out bogies game. And well, one evening he got fed up and he just sort of said to us, "Right lads, I'll see you down on the green, 6:30 Tuesday, you owe me 45 minutes. You owe that to me if nothing else." So we came down, he gave us about 15 minutes of tuition, and he says, "Right, we play a game now." And he says, "Put your pound coins up on the balcony there." We had to put down pound coins, and he says, "We're only doing that now so the other lads who are all watching will see it, because they won't be very pleased about this." So we played away anyway, and we came off it, and it was fantastic. It was just the experience of it. We were enthralled, we were hooked, and that was it. And from here I am, still here all these years later. We would have teams in Divisions 1, 3, 4, 5, and 2 teams in the Veterans Leagues. So that's on the gentlemen's side. On the ladies' side, they have a team in Division 1. So last year the Division 1 team got relegated, but down to Division 2. So a bit like football, you want to do the easiest thing, get straight back up first time round. So last year was the first time in 30 years that the team was relegated from Division 1 to Division 2. So it spent all its years in Division 1. So this year we won Division 2. We won Division 3 to get promoted to Division 2. The Vets team came runners-up in theirs. We won the Division 2 Cup and we won the Division 3 Cup. And we did pretty well in all the other leagues as well. I think we were only beaten twice all season at home. One of those was the Division 5 team that play on a Monday night. That would be our nursery team. That's where all the lads start, myself included back in the day. And it was hard to get a game on Division 5. But it's been a great year. It's been a great year for Bray Bowling Club. I suppose, like when we were growing up as kids, like, you know, we played street games all the time. Like, so you had your pennies up against the wall, like in marbles, and you draw the circles. And we used to have all our marbles, and then we used to trade them in for queenies and for steelies and the like of that. And it's the thing that I kind of still always try and explain bowls to people, maybe of our generation, that it is like marbles, just on a much bigger scale. It's the same principle, it's as competitive, and everybody's involved in it. Like when you stop playing football or hurling, and you gravitate onto other things like golf or table tennis or any of those things, you lose that whole kind of team thing of where you've got your 11 players, or in the case of bowling, 12 or 16 players playing in a game. That's what you get the buzz out of, and your game goes on like for 2.5, 3.5 hours. It's a great game.
Well, I was involved with a local schoolboy soccer club, Ardmore Rovers, for 17 years. And when I gave up the soccer club, when my kids sort of grew out of the schoolboy soccer club, one of our former members, Owen Brady, was involved in the bowling club, and he was always pestering me as to when I gave up the football I could join the bowling club. So lo and behold, he heard I'd given up the football, and he cornered me and brought me down for a few roll-ups, and got involved with it from there. We have a team, and the season just finished. We had a team in Division 2, the BLI League, and they did very well. They won the league, and they also won the cup. Our Division Division 3 team finished runners-up in their league, and they also won their cup, which is the OD Cup. Our Division 4 men's team finished third in their league, and our Division 5 men's team finished sixth. And we also have two men's teams who play in the Veterans Leagues, and the first team got second and the second team finished fourth, so we're all very, very pleased. Our ladies also did very well. They got to their cup final. Unfortunately, luck didn't go with them on the day, and they finished as runners-up.
So it's actually been quite a big year.
Very big year, you know, particularly on the trophy front, and we have all our stuff is on display outside, and we're looking forward, you know, to a long, good night here for a presentation, because it's a long, long time since we've had so many trophies on display. I suppose, like a lot of bowling clubs, we could do with more members, and I mean, if I could use this opportunity to have people to come down and join us. I mean, we're very, very welcoming people. I mean, we've great facilities here. We've an all-weather green, which you can play all year round, but we do need new members, because particularly on the ladies' side of the house, they're very, very tight. Men is tight as well, and because of our team winning Division 2 last year, they've now been promoted, and that has a knock-on effect throughout the club, because we have to register more players, and what I mean by registering, it eliminates people from playing in some of the lower divisions. So all in all, new members more than welcome, and they'll have a meteoric rise. They'll be straight out playing. We're a very, very close-knit community where there's great camaraderie. I mean, if anybody comes down and joins us, there'll be coaching given to them, so I mean, they're more than welcome.
We're looking for new members all the time, and especially lady members, so we'd be very happy if we got some new lady members and young people.
In the past, we were able to muster 2 ladies teams and 2 men's teams. That's all there was at the time. Now we're down to 1 ladies team. I'll explain to you why that is now. And we have a first team and a second team. We have 2 vets teams, and we have the Winter League now, so we're fielding all these at the moment. And actually quite a few of the players are in the same teams at different days. We had a particularly good season this year. We haven't always had a good season. Last year we were demoted from the first division to the second division, and this year we won it and are getting promoted back to the first division. And the club is very happy with that. It's a stronger division, but that's the only way you can progress. Our other team, which is in Division 3, came second, but because the team that was first had already got a team in Division 2, we're going up to Division 2, so we'll have a Division 1 and Division 2 teams. We came second in that league, and as I said, we won the cup in both the second and third division, which is an amazing achievement for the club. The vets, which are played on a Thursday, they came second in their league, Division 1, and we did reasonably well in the Winter League, but that was never our intention. It was just to play and enjoy ourselves. It keeps everybody working. Now that we have the artificial green, which I can talk to you about if you like, it has made it that we can field our own teams at home. And at the present we have 2 teams in the Winter League. It's designed, naturally everybody wants to win, but we want to give all the members game time during the season, the winter season. And to that effect, when all the names came in who wants to play, it was the 2 teams were divided into 2, and they went, that's how they're picking them and keeping them that way. So everybody's happy enough with it. Well, lawn bowling in Ireland is quite old. It's well over 100 years. And the clubs formed from different ways. Tennis clubs were one of the clubs that had it, and cricket clubs. Hence Leinster, which is a very famous cricket club, had a bowling green, and Blackrock Bowling Club, they had a big tennis section. And then there was also St James's Gate and Crumlin. These are clubs that Crumlin is a part. It was just set up by members in the locality, and very strong. These are very strong clubs, and the CY and And is there anybody else that might be? Yes, see, but they're the main big clubs. The vein of our lives, I might add, because any good player that comes along here in the younger ranks is trying to be poached. And we've lost over the years a couple of internationals who became internationals because the potential was seen. This, in effect, keeps us weaker. But all small clubs everywhere suffer from that, be it soccer, rugby or whatever, so we have to live with that. Maybe someday when they get a bit older they'll want to come back to the genteel atmospheres of Bray. We encourage some younger people to come in and take over, and they absolutely did a fantastic job. We applied for one of the sports grants and got it, and by means of drive and enthusiasm and everything else, they actually put that beautiful green together. It's regarded, and not just saying it because I'm a member, as one of the best greens that there is, artificial greens, because it's playing a different, as the standards go up in bowling greens.
A huge thank you to everybody there in the Bray Bowling Club for having us along at their recent awards night. Great stuff being done there, and I will definitely be back when the weather gets a little bit nicer for a real lesson. Now we are taking a small commercial break, but don't forget to join us again in part 2 for more of the best from the Garden County. A warm welcome back to part 2 of this week's Wicklow County Matters, the first real show of 2016. It's great for me and the team to be back out filming here in the beautiful Wicklow countryside and to be blowing away the cobwebs after what was one hell of a party season. We are now going along to the Harbour Bar in Bray to meet a great group of people who have set up the Wicklow Calendar. This charity calendar is a really great initiative, and I'm looking forward to learning more.
The idea was born a couple of years ago in my head. I thought it was very simple, and I was really surprised that no one had done it before. But really, at the start of this year, I started talking to Claire, who is the founder of East Coast FM Wicklow White Coffee Morning, and I wanted to do something for charity, and especially for Wicklow Hospice and 5 centres across Wicklow. And it just I suppose felt like the right thing to do. Wicklow is beautiful, and maybe because I'm not from here, I see it even more. The perspective is different. I admire Wicklow. I'm probably #1 fan of Wicklow. So I thought that putting pictures of Wicklow to remind people from Wicklow how beautiful Wicklow is, but also maybe to show Wicklow to other people from abroad, maybe relatives, maybe Irish diaspora, friends, family, and so on, would be a good idea. So I suppose it's like an invitation for people that have never been to Wicklow, but also just like something little to remind you that we live in a beautiful county. We're hoping to have it on sale from tomorrow on. We actually did pre-sale and pre-orders, and we're very, very happy because the calendar has started to travel all the way to Oz and New Zealand and New York and Florida. So it just shows that Wicklow is very popular, and maybe will become even more popular thanks to the calendar.
Excellent. It just shows the calendar there.
Sure, so very exciting. This is a front cover done by Richie Kelly, local photographer. And we have some really stunning images, 12 stunning images of different parts of Wicklow. Also, all the images were taken by local photographers.
The Wicklow calendar is raising money for the East Coast FM Wicklow White Coffee Morning, and the Wicklow White Coffee Morning raises money for the 5 cancer support centres in the county and also the Wicklow Hospice Foundation. So the calendar was a really welcome event to add to all our already existing events. to raise a bit of hard-earned cash earlier on than the actual event. Yeah. So the Wicklow White Coffee Mornings take place right across the county, across the full weekend early in April. They're coffee mornings, quizzes, bag packs, small events, and all the money raised goes directly to the charities. So there's no cost involved in any of the acts or venues or whatever. Well, the pictures are all stunning. I believe there was 300 images sent in, so thankfully I only had to choose from around where they got down to 30. Still heartbreaking, but when I look at the 13, I'm so happy with the ones that Marlena went with and Richie. Richie's are fabulous, but I have to say that October is my favourite. It's one of David's. He's a couple in there, but it's my favourite of his. It's just really uplifting, and I think in October it's a bit grim, and you'd look at it and think, I feel much better. Heart lifting. Yeah, of course. So October, so it's that one there. Stunning, and you could be anywhere, and imagine it's a beautiful picture of Wicklow. But I hope this is going to become an annual event, and we really welcome early funds to come in for the coffee morning. This year's date is the 8th of April. People can keep that in their diary. Last year raised €60,000 in one weekend, so we're hoping to break that this year. Cumulatively raised €268,000, and again we're hoping to break the 300 mark this year. So fingers crossed this event becomes a massive part of the event going forward and raises about $7,500 for the coffee morning. Fingers crossed, anyway.
Working where I work in a local photo shop, I knew a lot of local photographers, so it was easy for me just to go, yeah, this person's very good, they have a good catalogue of photographs of Wicklow and the surrounding areas, and it was easy just to organise them with local photographers like David's, Aoife, myself, Fran, Des, etc. They're all great photos. My favourite picture would be David Heath Williams' photo. It's January. It's a picture of Glenmacnass waterfall. Anytime I look at it, it makes me go, I want to go there. It's that one there. I just absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Well, I wanted to say a big thank you to Marlena for bringing this project to me and letting me get involved with it. She's done so much work behind the scenes of getting everyone together, the printer, the sponsors, everything. She's just done an amazing job.
Brilliant meeting such a lovely group of people who are doing such good work in their community. I urge all my viewers at home to please support the Wicklow calendar. This charity calendar is doing such great work for local charities, and you really won't be disappointed by the beautiful images that are inside it. These are all local images and they're beautiful artistic references of Wicklow. They will certainly brighten up every month of your year as you turn the page and see another beautiful part of Wicklow. I am now going along to meet a lovely session singer called Emma Nicolai, who I interviewed a few weeks ago. I'm really looking forward to catching up with Emma, and she's going to be playing us out on tonight's show. Don't forget, if you would like to get in touch, we want to feature local musicians and talented people. We want this show to be a platform for new and emerging and established musicians all around Wicklow. So please get in touch with me if you would like to be on it. It's at O'Donnell Emily on Twitter, it's at Irish TV, or you can email wicklow@Irish TV. Please do get in touch, and I hope you enjoyed this next feature. Session singer Emma Nicolai joins me now on Wicklow County Matters. Emma, thanks a million for coming down to have a chat with us today.
Thank you.
Can I ask you how you got into music?
Well, it was a natural talent for me. I basically started singing from a young age, and I kept going from there. Basically, I started singing and performing with different groups, and then I went out and I started gigging in pubs. And
do you remember your first gig?
I do, yeah, I actually do, yeah, I do.
And what was it about the gigging? Was it the interaction with the audience and just being able to play and get the reaction that you just really took to?
Yeah, it was, I think it's all about entertaining. I think I kind of had a natural ability to kind of want to make people kind of happy and smile and, you know, enjoy themselves. So it started from there. So.
Yeah, I get that. You just really enjoyed it. Who did you listen to when you were younger? Who did you kind of aspire to sound like, or whose influences kind of had an impact on your career?
Well, it's kind of changed over the years. I started listening to just radio, kind of, you know, Mariah Carey and all those that were out at the time when I was younger, Freddie Mercury, people like that. And then I suppose I was kind of kind of heavily rooted in rock and roll, I would say. And from there, I listened to an awful lot of music, like a very eclectic mix.
That's good. So you kind of got musical influences from lots of genres. Yeah. Do you have a favourite gig that you've played so far, or is it too hard to pick one?
Too many, for sure, too many. They're all so different, and they bring different things. I'm a session singer, so I perform in lots of different venues with lots of different musicians, and that's the part I love because I get to work with so many different people.
Yeah, that's cool. You get to work with so many talented people, I'd imagine. Can you tell our viewers where they might hear you if they would like to come and see you sometime?
Sure. Where am I next? I play in Hotspots. I'll be in Hotspots next month in Greystones. I do a lot of session work, as I say, so I do a lot of studio work as well.
Yeah.
I'm doing voiceovers for a kids' book at the moment, and
that's quite cool. So you're into different arty kind of things. Yes. How did you become involved in Signal?
I basically just wanted a job where I could be around creative people and like every day, and that's what I do. I literally, it's like I learned so much here. I'm constantly around creative people, and I'm learning a lot, and I get to teach as well. So yeah. Ain't it funny how life takes you by the hand and leads you down that garden path? All these things that just make no sense till you find you reached the bitter end of your feather. Whoa! Well, I don't mind giving all that I've got, even though I don't seem to get a lot. No, no, not enough, baby, please. All this rain never seems to end, but if you give me all your love, baby, I'll give it all back to you. Oh, baby, for you, I'll do it for you, I'll do it for you.
Wasn't that a great bit of music and chat there to get the old foot tapping on a Sunday night? Well, unfortunately, that is the end of this week's Wicklow County Matters. We are endeavouring to bring you some great content this year. So as I said before the music, if you do know anybody who has a good story, a human interest story, anybody who's into history, art, culture, music, you name it, hit us up with it because we want to feature you. We also want to give a big shout out to Morris and Sue Heatherman, who are two of the biggest fans of Wicklow County Matters, and I get great feedback from these two, and I am delighted that they watch the show every week. So a big thank you from me and the team, and I will see you next week.